In this video, I'd like to talk about the math question of the day for Monday, July 10th, 2023. And with this problem, we're told that Heidi grew her hair out for many years. Her hair was 1 1/3 of a meter long. She donated her hair by cutting off 5/6 of a meter. How long is Heidi's hair now? So this type of word problem will typically show up in a grade school class. This is a pre-algebra type question. And you may see this in 5th, 6th, or 7th grade, maybe somewhere around there. Now, at this point, go ahead and pause the video, see if you can work through this on your own. And when you're ready, unpause the video and we can go through this together. Now, assuming that you have attempted the problem, let's start working through this. And the main information that we're told is that her hair was originally 1 1/3 of a meter long. And then she donated her hair by cutting off 5/6 of a meter. So she started at 1 1/3 meters and she then cut off 5/6 of a meter. So essentially, this is a subtraction problem. We take this 1 1/3 meters and we subtract 5/6 of a meter to determine how long her hair is now. So let's write that out. We have 1 1/3 meters minus 5/6 of a meter. And as you can see, we're dealing with a fraction arithmetic problem. We are subtracting fractions. And since we have a mixed number here, it will be simplest if we first convert this to an improper fraction. And then from there, we can subtract these two fractions. So let me make a little bit of room here. And remember that with a mixed number, we can convert it back to an improper fraction by taking our denominator and multiplying it by the whole number part, and then adding the numerator. So 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4, and then we keep the denominator the same. So we really have 4/3 here, and we're subtracting 5/6. We can put the units on at the end. And if that doesn't make sense, you could always think of 1 1/3 as 1 plus 1/3, and then give these a common denominator, 3/3 for 1, plus 1/3, and then just add straight across the top while keeping that denominator the same. So this method is completely valid as well if you forget that trick. Now from here, since we are subtracting fractions, we do need a common denominator. And since 6 is a multiple of 3, we can just use 6 for our common denominator. And if it wasn't a multiple, we could always just multiply the two denominators. So 18 would also work. But if one's a multiple of the other, then it will be simplest just to use that number that's a multiple. Now, 4/3, we need to convert this to a fraction out of 6 in our denominator. And we can multiply this denominator by 2, but that means we'll also need to multiply the numerator by 2, which means that this fraction 4/3 is equivalent to 8/6. And you can see that's true if you resimplify it, divide top and bottom by 2 to get back to 4/3. And with this second fraction, 5/6, since we're not changing the denominator, we do not change the numerator. And once we find a common denominator, then we just subtract straight across. We do 8 minus 5, which is 3, and we keep that denominator the same. And 3 divided by 6, notice that the numerator and denominator are both divisible by 3, so we can divide them each by 3. And 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. And remember that our units are in meters. So for our final answer, we have that Heidi's hair is currently 1/2 of a meter long.